health seekers, Inga from Health Origins here. So as we are 2 days away from January 2018 and Veganuary is approaching, I thought I'll do some videos that hopefully will be helpful for people just starting out. You know, some people might not have any idea whatsoever how to start, you know, how you can prep your meals, how to plan for the week, you know, what kind of meals you could eat as a vegan. So I thought I'm gonna share some, you know, tips and recipes and ideas that I do for my meal prep. So I'll be showing some ingredients, you know, for the dishes I'm going to be making through the week, and also going to be giving some recipes for you as well. So I hope that's going to be helpful. So let's start. So here we go. So here are the ingredients that me and Ma are going to use for the week. So let's just go through them. So I've got a tin of baked beans. In fact, we've got quite a few stocked up because it's quite handy to have, you know, for something quick to do if you don't have much time or run out of ideas. Then we've got a couple of cans of chopped tomatoes. I boiled 2 cups of dry chickpeas and produced this amount of obviously boiled chickpeas. This is the water from the chickpeas, which is great to use as an egg substitute for dishes as well. So I kept that. It'll keep in the fridge about 2-3 days, so I'll be sure to use it, you know, in the first couple of days to make some recipes. And then from a cup and a bit, about a cup and a half maybe, chickpeas already made the smoked pepper and some dried tomato hummus. So that's great to have because this one can be, you know, made into different sauces for salads. Also, you know, into kind of a cheesy sauce if you like, to pour on pizza, which we're gonna do, you know, and you can have it with, say, baked potato and baked beans, which we're gonna do one day as well. So it's quite versatile to have some hummus or my basil cashew pesto. Okay, so then I've got 2 cups of boiled short grain brown rice here. We've got a pack of wholemeal pittas. I've got a bag of kale that I already kind of washed and de-stemmed, prepared, ready to use for smoothies and also for recipes. And I'm not throwing my kale stems, I'm collecting them in like a Ziploc bag that I keep in the freezer. So you can see there's some carrot tops as well, there's some dill stalks as well. So I collect them, and once I have a substantial amount in there, I'll add some fresh veggies like, you know, some maybe some more carrots, some celery, some onion, and make a stock out of it. Then I've got some pre-chopped about 4 sticks of celery, I think I did here. A couple of red onions ready for salads and for recipes. Then I've got 1 onion as well, like this, just in case I run out. Well, in fact, I've peeled 3, so, and it didn't fit in the jar. So you can store it either, you know, ready peeled, so it saves you like 1 step through the week as well, or you could have it ready chopped up, whichever is better for you. Then I've got some pre-mandolined slices of carrot, and carrots will, you know, will become dark, it'll become brown, oxidize if you know, just chop it up, so you need to keep it in water. You could also make like some sticks, carrot sticks, to have with hummus like that as well, and keep it in water, and that'll be, you know, ready for you when you're ready to snack. I've got an avocado here. I've also shredded some red cabbage. This is half of red cabbage in here, which we'll have on our rainbow pizza. Got some broccoli here as well, which I haven't prepared, but it's not that hard to do. I've got some Chinese leaf, which is Surprisingly very nutritious. In fact, it's pretty much more nutritious than kale in some articles I've been reading. So it's a really nutritious leaf, and I love it for salads because it doesn't become soggy as some lettuces can get soggy. So I love Chinese leaf. Then I've got some sweet mixed baby peppers, different colors. We'll need that for rainbow pizza and just different recipes. Then I've got some green olives that we use for salads, and then you can either use just soft tofu that we'll use for sauces and things, or you could also use the tofutti sour supreme, which is kind of like sour cream alternative if you like as well. That kind of works too. For stock, I'm using the marigold or organic Swiss vegetable bouillon powder. As you can see, you can make your own stock as well, or your own stock paste. So and then I've got some sweet potatoes here, about 1 kilo, and I've got some garlic. I've got about 2 kilos of our own potatoes as well. And also for the first dish I'm going to be making tonight, I've got some extra ingredients here. Not everything is needed necessarily. I had some leftover parsnip. I'm not a fan of parsnip if I'm honest, but I still had some from my veg bag, so I'm going to use them up. And I had some leek as well, so I'm going to use that up. And then I've got one celeriac, so it was 1 head of celeriac chopped into little cubes. I've got either 1 big onion or 2 medium onions chopped up into small cubes. Couple of carrots chopped small. I've got a celery, about two or 3 sticks of celery I've cut up, and I've got some leftover cabbage, 2 types of cabbage. So out of these ingredients, I'm going to be making some kind of like a stew, if you like. And I'm going to be using some stock, some bouillon stock with that as well. So yeah, so let's get to this recipe. I've got my pot heating up, and we're going to start traditionally with your onions, carrots and celery. So this is like the traditional base for any kind of soup or stew or anything. It just gives like a really good flavor if you fry these 3 vegetables at the start. So, and obviously we're going to be dry frying everything and using a bit of stock if it starts sticking or gets a bit too dry. So we'll add the vegetables, because our pan, I think it's heated up, maybe a little bit more. So so make sure you put it in a heated pan. And if you hear a bit of sizzling when you put it in, then it means it's pretty much good temperature. I can hear some sizzling, so that's good. I'll add the carrots. And the celery. I'll mix them up and fry them for a few minutes. Like I said, if it gets dry, I will be adding a tablespoon or 2 of the stock I've got here. So it's been about 5 minutes. It's going good. I have to add some stock a couple of times, but the vegetables are getting translucent and some are getting a bit of colour already. So yeah, so I'd say about Another 3 minutes, and we'll add some leeks then, because that's also kind of like a onion family, if you like, so we'll add them as well for a couple more minutes. It's been about 7 minutes in total, and we'll add leeks now. Let them soften for a couple more minutes. The vegetables have been frying for about 10 minutes, and now it's time to add the spices. I'm using kind of a Lithuanian mixture we brought back, but it's basically some onion powder, some paprika powder, some smoked paprika, some chili powder, black pepper, and some sugar. So it's kind of like just a paprika type, chili type spices. So I'm going to add a teaspoon of that and fry it up a little. It's always a good idea to fry out spices for, you know, at least a minute. So it kind of it really does improve the taste of the dish if you fry, you know, dry fry your spices for a minute. But you don't want to do any more than that because you'll burn them otherwise. And then I'll be now adding some chopped tomatoes. I'll be making this tomato and sweet chili based kind of stew, if you like. If you prefer like curry type, you could, you know, easily do some curry powder in here and then add tomatoes as well. So you can kind of do curried vegetable stew. I'll just add a bit of stock to wash out the can for a little bit more liquid. Mix that up. So add 2-3 tablespoons of sweet chili sauce. This is not a very spicy one. And then I'm going to be adding the rest of the vegetables, so celeriac and parsnip, and then finally, in fact with cabbage it doesn't need that long, so I'll cook those for 10 minutes. I'll add the stock now, the remainder of the stock. So that was like 500 milliliters of stock to start with. I used some for adding to the pan as I was frying vegetables, so I'll just pour the remainder in there, and I'm gonna saute, or well, simmer really, these vegetables for about 10 minutes. I'll get this to boil. So it's always a good idea to get things to boil and then reduce the gas on kind of low and simmer. So the pot has come to boil now. I'm going to reduce the heat to medium-low and gonna put the lid on to simmer for 10 minutes. So it's been 10 minutes now. Oof. I'm gonna add the cabbage. And let that soften. I'll put the lid on for another 10 minutes. So let's see what we've got here. The cabbage has softened. gonna mix it in. And I'm gonna add a little bit more of the chili sauce. And then we'll get volunteer to taste test it for us. Because I had lots of cabbage, so it's hardly any liquid left now. So if you want to put another can of tomatoes, you can, or put a bit less cabbage. But yeah, so we'll try that on some rice. So I'll dish this. My husband is actually quite hungry, so I hope he'll appreciate this. And we'll see what he thinks. There we go. We've got our taste tester.
Hi guys, ready to tuck into another lovely meal.
Hopefully. I've also sprinkled some salt on top because I didn't add any salt when I was cooking it. We normally just put it on our plates. So, oh, it's very hot, by the way.
I can see that.
And mix it in with rice because the rice is cold, so that'll warm your rice for you.
It's okay, I kind of like the contrast between hot and cold food, so. That's actually really good. It's got quite a lot of flavour to it.
It might have a little kick as well, by the way.
Yeah. It has, but it's very slight. I quite like that.
Well, we're not into very spicy food, so
no,
if you are, add some more spices.
Yeah, obviously, you know, spice it up to your own taste. But I have to say, I think the flavour of this you'll love. It's nice to get some food in. It's kind of like, was it 25 to 12 over here, so it's really quite late, and this is my dinner.
Oops!
Because my wife and I have been quite busy tonight, so haven't really had a chance to have dinner yet. So this will be very welcome. So
do you want to take them out? Do you want to take them out?
Take what out?
Take the viewers out?
Oh, the viewers. Sorry, I'm going to take what out? I thought you meant something in the bowl. Of course. So obviously, try this. Let us know how it went for you. I'm sure you'll agree. It's really nice. If you've got any questions, comment down below. Give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't for more videos from Inga and some little bits from me. And until next time, see you later.